The elbow on her left arm, it doesn't look right with the angle. She doesn't have her arm twisted the correct way, and it doesn't look proportionate.
I cannot believe no one has mentioned her left hand yet. Jesus. It looks like she just pulled it out of the garbage disposal. Am I crazy?
If I had a little bit more time to...
I'm not even sure which finger's which.
This week, the canvases all have the same problem. Tattoos they regret. This is the ultimate test of raw talent. So let's meet these canvases. Canvases, please show the artist the tattoos you want covered up. You guys can see we have crooked wings, a damaged military tattoo, a Pegasus, and many more. All of them require creative solutions.
You really need raw talent to do a great cover-up. You have to know how to disperse the dark throughout the entire tattoo so that you don't just have a black blob. To do a cover-up just right, that takes a lot of raw talent.
D-Tat.
What's up, man?
How's it looking?
It's coming along good. Getting the cover up on right there. I'm gonna do it with this food dog.
Nice. You do a lot of Japanese?
No. I just do whatever the customer bring.
Oh, yeah? An ink master is somebody that could actually take on any style. Anything that the client has in mind, they'll take that idea, adopt it to their style, and give it back to the client in the most beautiful, flawless way. That's an ink master.
Welcome, artists. V-Tat, you're up first. So you had to cover up the Pegasus.
Yeah.
How'd it go for you?
It went good. Just trying to make it disappear.
You have to be able to line these things right. If you're gonna do the circles in the top of the hair of the food dog, it's gotta be that smooth motion. You're bumped, you're lumped, you're not straight, you look nervous, you are off. It's my opinion.
V-Tat, you don't have what it takes to be an ink master. I need you to pack up your machines and close shop. This week's elimination tattoo, you'll be inking a style that many cultures consider sacred, tribal.
Definition of a clean tribal tattoo would have to be clean lines, saturated, large area of black.
Throughout history, the tribal tattoo has been very important. They were used to identify the enemy in war, as symbols of marriage, and to establish a status within the tribe. You'll be creating a tattoo that incorporates your own personal style, as well as traditional tribal elements.
How you liking these, pulling all these lines?
I hate lines, man. I can show that I at least know what I'm doing, and eventually a new school piece will come along and somebody will want to get a blender tattoo.
Jeremy is really great at doing what he does. He just is not able to come outside of his comfort zone.
This sucks.
For this week's elimination tattoo, we asked you to create a tribal tattoo that incorporates your own personal style. Jeremy, how'd it go, man?
Tribal's definitely not my thing. I haven't done it in several years.
Technically, this isn't sound, man. There's a lot of points on the ends of your tips. When tribal comes to a point, it's not a period.
If we're judging lines, we want those lines, when they hit a gap and meet up on the other side of that gap, we want them to look like it's the same flow of the line.
Did you notice that you chewed up the left side of the black on the wings?
It wasn't chewed up when I finished it.
This is not gonna heal solid. Fact.
Jeremy, you don't have what it takes to be an ink master.
The quality that you showed in this competition proves to me that you can't do a one-pass clean outline.
Even though I can't do tribal, if it would have been a new school challenge, I wouldn't be standing here.
It's gotta be old school, all school.
Jeremy, please pack up your machines and close shop. In this week's elimination tattoo, we'll be using only black. You'll be able to dilute your ink, make it gray. Black and gray is one of the oldest forms of tattooing.
Most black and gray is derived from, old prison style, working with single needle.
We're testing you on shading, so your final product should look three-dimensional.
When you say black and gray, we're talking about watered down black, not opaque gray or the color gray. I do a ton of black and gray, so I'm pretty comfortable. I'm not really worried.
I'm feeling good. Black and gray is my thing. That's one of my strong points. I think I'm safe in this one.
Al has been bragging about how good his black and gray is. I think he bit off more than he could chew with this tattoo.
In that amount of time, you cannot get a tattoo that big shaded really smooth.
He wanted a wood cross to represent his mom. His mom passed away. So let's put him in a wood cross. Why don't we like throw him from a tree? And we put like some pearly gates kind of in front of it.
I've asked and begged and pleaded with these contestants to slow down, be precise, be clean. You don't have to do a huge tattoo to do a good tattoo.
Welcome to tonight's elimination. Al, you're up first. You happy with this?
Yeah, man. I mean, it was up, you know, right up my alley, man. The wooden cross, the pearly gates of heaven.
I'm not entirely convinced that anybody would think that was a fence.
It's like Swiss cheese at the bottom.
I love that part. It's my interpretation.
It's your interpretation
of the pearly gates. We don't know what they look like. Just trying to stay more focused towards the challenge also and use the light and use the gray tones.
The shading is not there.
You just don't have any good examples of a smooth gradient that from dark to light, smooth, from black fading to gray, fading to the skin, and fading back into ink again.
And Al, you don't have what it takes to be ink master. We've all heard the saying, picture paints 1,000 words. Today, the elimination tattoo will do just the same. You'll be using all of your precision skills to create a photorealistic tattoo.
Photorealism is probably the toughest thing to do in tattooing. You just have to look at a picture and duplicate it on the skin.
Your design will need to look like an actual photo. That means it must have three-dimensional qualities.
The reason why I'm getting this tattoo is because my father was an inspiration in my life. He was a fireman and I'm a fireman. So I figured there'd be nothing better than to get a helmet, his old school helmet, but maybe some kind of flames coming under it.
I'm gonna need to take some photos of it. Photorealism is obviously exactly how it sounds. You're taking a photograph and you're reproducing it. So you have to begin with a really good photo. That's the most important part of the tattoo. Now, a lot of pictures to go through in a minute. The competition is stiff, and I want to win it.
Technical precision plays heavy in the photorealism category just because you're dealing with detailed images that have to look a certain way, and if you can't technically get the right sharp lines and the right smooth shading and the right solid areas, your design's going to suffer.
I'm actually really struggling with this tattoo. The flames on Scott are just not popping, and I'm trying different things to make them stand out. I'm putting a lot darker shading than I would normally because Scott's skin is so dark.
Heather's piece, it's super cartoony, and it looks almost rushed. It's one of the worst pieces for sure.
This week, we tested your technical precision skills. Now it's time to see how you did with photorealistic tattoos. Heather, how you feeling about this piece?
I realized today I don't really do a whole lot of photorealism. You know, I kind of do more animation kind of tattoos.
You had the advantage of positioning this and photographing it with the angle and the light that you wanted.
Well, I wouldn't say the angle I wanted or the light I wanted.
You know what we're going for here.
I gotta tell you, I don't really know what's more sore, his skin or my eyes. The numbers and the letter forms look very janky and don't look very clean.
Well, they were supposed to be like that because they're burned up.
It's rough. The shading in this is rough. There's no, like, gradual anything.
His skin is a little dark, so I was trying to compensate for that.
I mean, it looks like it hurt. It looks painful.
Although it is a big, rugged black helmet, it just does not look like anything that would exist in real life.
The judges have decided. Heather, you do not have what it takes to become ink master. Please pack up your machines and leave. For your elimination tattoo, you'll be using your color skills to create an American traditional tattoo. This style became popular during the turn of the 18th century by sailors who would frequent the tattoo shops.
With American traditional, it's very simplified, and like the line work's very big, and the shading's very dark.
These pieces used to be done with very little color, but over the years, the American traditional tattoo has evolved into a Technicolor style all its own.
A great American traditional tattoo should have a lot of black, very clean outlines, bright colors with a limited palette.
When they say traditional tattoo, I have to do like a single bold line, like 4 colors, like very simple, you know what I mean? I'm really bummed right now. Being that American traditional tattoos were done with 5 or 6 colors only, ultimately I feel that it's a cop-out. Super simple, which is like the hardest thing for me. I make tattoos as complex as I can make them. I've spent a lot of years working on color blends, and this is really taking things backwards.
Is this your first American traditional tattoo?
This is the first. This is definitely out of my element, but with like a good solid tattoo foundation, anyone who could tattoo the right way should be able to do traditional. I was able to use traditional style subject matter. That's really all I can do, and I'm sticking to it.
It's 2 hours to go, people. 2 more.
Is there any significance to what time the clock's on?
No, actually there's not.
It's the time I was born.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know that.
I really don't know how the judges are gonna look at this tattoo. It may not be what they wanted, but I'm satisfied with it.
All right, that's it. Time's up. Machines down. Your job was to do an American traditional tattoo. We will be judging you on color and how well you stuck to the American traditional style. Billy. This was your actual first American traditional.
I fought it all night. Going in with the very limited palette is not something I've really ever done.
The outline is kind of weak. Traditional tattooing, generally, a really strong outline is pretty important.
This is a fine line tattoo, it looks like to me. There is nothing bold about this. The only thing bold about it is the blanket, solid sea of red that you might as well just color his whole leg red. The lettering looks very stiff inside that banner. The "but we" almost looks like one word to me.
I disagree.
Lettering and tattooing is so important. I mean, that's the message of this tattoo.
There's no traditional tattoo that has opaque gray and a wing.
There's no opaque gray.
Well, what is that stuff?
I used brown, black, blue, red.
What's in between the black and the middle and the long part of the wing?
That's brown.
That's brown?
That's brown. That's straight brown.
Whatever it is, it's straight wrong.
You were born at 5:55? Personally, I think that's pretty egotistical to put the time of your birth into someone else's tattoo. And saying that in front of the client, if I overheard someone in my shop telling their client that, oh, by the way, like the time that I put on here is the time that I was born, I didn't even run it by you first, I'd say pack your shit after you're finished that tattoo.
The judges have made a decision. Billy, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Pinup tattoos require you to take your proportion skills and turn them inside out. Pinup girls are intentionally out of proportion.
I don't like doing pinups because most people want to get them small, and that way you can't get any detail in it, and it could go wrong fast.
You are to design a pinup girl for your human canvas. The pinup must be from head to toe.
You want to put it on your leg.
Yeah.
Your legs are not flat. It's not gonna look good. In order to do a beautiful pinup, the skin is really important. I like the skin to be flat, so the pinup is not distorted when you see it. I could do like something nice right here.
It's not really what I was, looking for.
He really wants to get the tattoo on his scalp. Frankly, if Santo came to see me at home, I would have refused to do that.
If you don't want to do it, it's fine.
He's ready to go home. Either I do Santo tattoo on his calf, or I do not do any tattoo today. Wow, that's really a shame. This is bullshit. I don't have the choice. I hope I'm not gonna be sent home.
All right, guys, that's 1 hour down, 4 hours to go.
I'm just happy that you're putting it there because I really was against going anywhere else.
I love those boots. It makes her look like a fetish.
Are these gloves that she has on?
No.
Oh, no?
I mean, I can put glove on her if you want.
I think the gloves will do a little bit something like that too, you know?
Yeah,
I think it's gonna look cool.
Beautiful, man. Leah's piece looks a little off. Her proportions were off, and like the way things bent on the human body. She didn't really tackle the job well.
Are you done?
No. I wish.
1 minute to go. "30 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more tattooing.
Yeah. I'm feeling pretty confident about my pinup. especially after seeing Leah's. Leah's had a crazy arm on it. I don't know what happened to her stencil, whether it rubbed off or something, but I'm feeling a little more confident now.
I love the tattoo. I think it's a beautiful tattoo. I don't know how it's gonna compare to all the other great artists here.
Welcome to tonight's elimination. And this week you were tested on your proportion skills by tattooing a pinup girl. Leah. Going home. How are you feeling about this?
I feel good about it.
To me, pinups are stunningly gorgeous, and this one isn't. This is a disaster.
The elbow on her left arm, it doesn't look right with the angle. She doesn't have her arm twisted the correct way, and it doesn't look proportionate.
I cannot believe no one has mentioned her left hand yet. Jesus. It looks like she just pulled it out of the garbage disposal. Am I crazy?
If I had a little bit more time to...
I'm not even sure which finger's which. I don't mean to be a complete ass, but I just can't ignore certain things.
I really don't think I did a bad job. I think that she's a good base, and I can go back into it, add the details.
This isn't a competition to go back into it. You're here to do one great tattoo and walk away and compete.
I understand, but...
There's no buts.
The judges have decided. Leah, you don't have what it takes to be Ink Master. For the next elimination tattoo, you'll be creating a portrait on your human canvas.
Man, I can't believe we're doing portraits. I did not see portrait coming.
Portraits are very personal tattoos. They allow no room for mistakes.
Oh, Lord. I do portraits, but I don't like to do them. It's going to depend on the picture. The picture is everything when it comes to this. And if you got a bad picture, it's not going to be a good portrait.
Portraits require an amazing depth of detail. Your shading and blending skills must be top-notch. All these portraits will include lettering, so make sure your lettering is as tight as your portrait.
There's a very limited number of tattooers that can actually pull portraits off. Some tattooers see things in a portrait that they accentuate that makes the portrait come to life on the skin. Not all tattooers have that magic. It's fact.
Worried about putting it on anywhere on the stomach or the ribs. That means a huge, huge, huge battle for me. I knew it. I knew I was gonna get the ribs. Ribs are so hard to tattoo, and when every little movement you make changes the facial features of a portrait, it's just a bad area to try to get a portrait. I have to convince my client to pick a different location, man. This is my last chance. It's 100 grand on the line. I'm not letting my client ruin those chances for me. What other spots are you willing to get tattooed?
I have nothing on these areas, so.
So your legs are all filled up?
No, not my legs, but they're so heavy. I don't put anything on my legs.
Anywhere where there's like a flat surface that I can really work with, the outside calf would be perfect just because it's so flat.
I mean, if it's like a issue, we can do it. We can do it on the leg.
That would be f***ing awesome. We're gonna move the tattoo to his leg. This is make it or break it. I'm either gonna pull it off or pack my stuff and go home. Well, good. I appreciate it, man. How's the leg?
It feels good, man.
I'm just trying to get through this lettering so I can actually talk to you. This is the most nerve-wracking day in this entire competition. I feel like it could be make or break for me. I don't do a whole lot of black and gray. It's definitely not my forte, but I feel like I've come light years beyond the last black and gray tattoo I've done. I believe I'm definitely at a disadvantage. My picture is super difficult. It's a contrasty, whited out mess.
How you feeling?
It's definitely out of my element.
There's obviously a lot of different skills and a lot of different tricks of the trade that are involved in getting a portrait to look just right. And whoever doesn't have those tricks, it's gonna show.
20 seconds. 10 seconds. Time's up, that's it. Put your machines down. No more ink.
Looks amazing from here, bro.
Thanks, man. I definitely feel good about myself in this. This is something that I don't do all the time. I've done very, very, very few black and gray portraits. For me to come out on top of this is gonna mean a lot. See, maybe James busted his up.
Welcome to tonight's elimination. This week, we've been testing your portrait skills. Josh.
You had a difficult photo to work from, man, so you definitely had a handicap on this.
Yeah, man, it was just a whited out picture.
With the whites of the eyes, what you've done is you've done what's in the picture. What I would have liked to have seen is maybe make the eyes look round and in the head, because they are so blown out in the photo that to fill it in with white like that really flattened out her expression.
Unless there's an actual highlight there, I would never put white in the eyeball like that, because it does tend to flatten it out, and then plus it turns yellow with age.
I would have loved to seen some hair detail. You have the shape and the construction of the hair there with the shading, but you didn't really detail it out with any hairlines. I think that's where you're lacking.
Josh, you don't have what it takes to be Ink Master.